welcome to Talk a Good Game, and it's the review of Norwich City 2, West Ham United 2. 2-0, and you up sang the away fans towards the end of the game. That's exactly what Norwich City did. They blew away a 2-goal lead, and that's something you cannot do when you're in relegation battle. We did our halftime live show, so if you want to hear mine and Gonzo's thoughts about the first half, do check our channel and subscribe while you're there. But Charlie, you weren't on the show this week, so what did you make of the first 45?
It was half of it was good and half of it was bad. They played a very, very high line, and we caught them out several times with it, but the linesman was having none of it, and flagged Enner off continuously, even though he was onside half the time. We should have probably been ahead. There was a very large portion of that first half where we were in control and Norwich couldn't get out, and we really should have capitalised on that. But we suffered for not doing that because the second half starts and we started badly in the second half, which is rare.
Yeah, well, it did, like Charlie just said, it didn't take Norwich City long to open the score in the second half. Brady nicked it off Antonio with his right, curled it into the top corner. Adrian couldn't really do anything about it. Without blowing our trumpet too much, but I'm going to, if you watched our preview during the week, we picked out 3 attacking players for you to look out for. One was Brady, and one was Wes Hoolahan, who scored the second. Stephen Naismith's shot deflected off James Collins, and Brady tucked away by Wes Hoolahan. But let's talk about that second goal, Gonzo. Do you think there was a slight offside, which makes it very ridiculous, considering that linesman was flagging everything offside in the first half, and in the second half keeps his flag down?
Well, for those that don't watch the show, or we certainly don't see the start of the show, we'll often have a little chat for 5 minutes before we start, and I'll often say to you, do not ask me about the officials. I do not want to talk about the referees. I do not want to talk about the linesmen. Bores me to tears. But today, they were awful. I thought they got it wrong all game. They were inept, totally inept. And I'm not blaming them particularly for that goal. I think things even themselves out. I think the draw's a fair result. Okay, I think Norwich attacked well and actually went for it. But, I mean, just time and time again, those officials got it wrong. And what about that Obiang? I mean, Obiang made a lovely tackle, given a foul against him. Obiang got fouled earlier on. You know, they didn't even give it. The Valencia was a couple of times was onside. He was flagged off. He got it wrong for the goal. It's just wrong every time.
Yeah, I don't mind a linesman or a referee getting wrong, as long as he's consistently wrong for both sides. However, the linesman was giving everything against us in the first half. Then the one time we needed him on our side in the second half to make a right call, he doesn't give it. If he was being consistent and fair, he would have flagged that offside. However, for one shot, one on target, 1 goal for Norwich City, 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals for Norwich City. So it kind of summed up our afternoon so far. We looked down and out. Village threw on all 3 subs. Then bang, Dimitri Payet scores. Charlie, we've been critical of Victor Moses in the past on this show. How good did he do for that first goal, though? Do you think Moses actually took away a penalty call for the referee by getting back up on his feet?
Yeah, you could argue that. You see players all the time go down and stay down until the decision is given their way. But he got straight back up. But fair play to him. I mean, he got straight back up. He tries to get the shot, and that's what caused the goal. Norwich again caught out a very, very, very high line, practically on the halfway line. One flick round the back, and Moses was gone. They didn't have a chance of catching him, and he does fantastically well. And Payet, who was moved to the centre by that point, has the freedom of movement and finds himself in the exact right position to put it in. Would it have been a penalty if he stayed down? Yes, but I would prefer him to get back up and give it a shot anyway.
Yeah, Gonzo, what did you make of our first goal? Do you have to give credit to Victor Moses for that as well?
I will give credit to Victor Moses because I slag him off constantly, and and he's very well. He had his monthly good game today, so that was excellent. But what he actually showed was we all know he can trick and flick, but he actually showed a bit of spatial awareness and showed tenacity to keep on going. And that was really good. And he also in that second half had a very good run as well. Where we got the free kick, I thought he took the run. He sort of, I've beaten 1, I've beaten 2, I've beaten 3, let's keep on going. If he'd have released it then I thought it might have done something. The free kick was a little bit too far out for Payet to test the keeper. But yes, Moses did very well for that first goal, very well indeed.
Do you think it's maybe because he's been on the bench the last few games, Antonio's been banging form, and then next week he's going to have Lanzini training alongside him as well as Sacco? Do you think that's maybe giving him a boot up the derriere a wee bit?
I don't know. I think if all he needed was a kick up the jacksie, so to speak. Although you praised it a lot nicer than I did. I think somebody else would have done that in the past. Hughes would have done it at Stoke, or when he was at Liverpool, was it under Rodgers possibly, or even Mourinho. I think if all that was needed was a boot up the backside, then fair enough. But I don't know what goes on in Moses' head. He's got the skill. Why he does it? Why he's so inconsistent? I do not know. He's an extremely frustrating player. So if what you say is true, and he has been sort of motivated by the fact that Lanzini's back and Antonio's playing well, then we will see him play well from now until the end of the season. But I don't think it will happen.
Well, hopefully he does, but we'll wait and see. 2-2, finally. At times, you need your captain to step up to the plate. Boy, did he do it today. He's come close the last few games with his shots, and they've all been from distance. He's not been shooting from inside. They've all been from outside the box. Keeper's been making some saves, but Charlie, what about that strike? It couldn't have swerved into that corner any more than it did, could it?
Yeah, he hit it perfectly. Like you said, he's tried it the last couple of games, and it's just been saved or gone a little bit wide here and there. But that was an absolutely brilliant strike. Set up perfectly by Payet again. It's those ones where you want the ball to be just in front of you so you can run onto it and hit it first time. And Mark Noble absolutely battered it into the top corner. Dare I say, an unstoppable shot. It was fantastic, and Noble again had a very good game. I thought he's really starting to grow into that role now, and I think his detractors might struggle to do that from here on out. Hopefully, anyway.
Gonzo, we keep saying we need Payet off the wing. We need Payet off the wing. He came off the wing. He started influencing the game. However, do you think Mark Noble needs Payet off the wing as well? Because he looks like. Do you think Mark Noble becomes a different player when Payet's off the wing? They play really close together sometimes in that final third. They're flicking it back between the two of them, and they've got that, don't they? They've got that connection.
I think they do have that connection, and let's be fair on this. If you look at the other videos, I think last week I called Noble the Green Street Iniesta or whatever. So I think Noble's been playing well recently. You'll also see that I've gone on record as saying Noble links very well with Payet. However, I've got to say I thought he was crap today, Noble, up until that point when he got that goal, which was brilliant. He sort of came in somewhere, gave the ball away a lot. I actually thought I thought Song started the first half well. I didn't think the midfield were very good today. Actually, I think that was a lot of our problems. But I just think they were all tired, and probably what it does. So I think the fatigue levels affected us today. I think it probably shows that I don't think we're ready for European football. I don't think the squad is. I don't think we can handle Tuesday night or Wednesday night and then Saturday. I just don't think we can at the moment. But I think Noble was great today, but that was an excellent finish. I think when he's fit and when he's firing, Noble has to start in the team. He is our best midfielder, but not today.
European football on Tuesday or Wednesday, that means you think we're going to qualify for the Champions League. I thought Noble played well. I actually thought all three of our midfielders did well today, and I thought we controlled the game. I thought that our problem today was our defence. I thought whenever Norwich came forward, they just disappeared. Our defence seemed to disintegrate, but I'm going to pick on one person a wee second. Towards the end of the game, Emenike had 3 chances to Emenike it for us, but unfortunately didn't manage. Charlie, what do you make of his performance? The first one I thought was an inch-perfect cross, but he didn't slide, he just left it. The second one he blazed over. The third one he did about 3 keepy-ups in the 6-yarder while lying on his back for Ruddy's come collect it. Might have been harsh. What do you make of him?
I think a sharper striker finishes all of those chances. We have to understand that a lot like Antonio before, where he has to come in and adapt to the league, and he's only getting chances here and there coming on late into the game. I think we have to start. Liverpool or today was the perfect opportunity to start him and just let him grow into the game. However, you have to finish those chances. Those were all chances to win the game, and he could have done better and probably should have done better with all of them.
Yeah, I was about to say, adapting to Premier League is one thing, but whether you're in the Premier League, Turkish League, the Chinese League, or the Scottish League, it doesn't matter. You should be finishing those chances. It's got nothing to do with the league you're in. It's got something to do with your instinct a wee bit there. Gonzo, what did you make of him? Am I being harsh, or are you siding with Charlie on this one?
No, I can be harsh all on my own without siding with you or Charlie. He's got an option for £8 million to make the transfer permanent loan transfer. I don't think that deal will be happening. I think it's probably quite safe to say there. He did a nice little bit of work on the right at one point, but no, I just don't think so. Not for me. Not for me. I think we'll be looking to bring somebody else in the summer.
Gonzo, do you think that £8 million was a carrot to get his parent club to loan him? Do you think? Because Do you think it was a fake fee we made up as if to pretend we would maybe buy him if he did well?
Well, I've heard from quite a good source within the club, to be perfectly honest with you, that he has to make 12 starts and then that fee kicks in automatically. Well, I can guarantee you he's not going to make 12 starts. That fee will not be kicking in automatically, and you've got it absolutely right. It was there as an enticement to lure. They were difficult to deal with. Fenerbahce, they were very, very difficult to deal with, so we had to try and lure him over because he was out on loan in the Middle East as well. So they did what they had to do to get him in as cover, with the expectation of Jelavic moving to China, which was still waiting on.
Well, quick question for you. It's just a yes/no answer. You don't need to go into it too much. But today, referee hated Obiang. Gonzo already touched on it. We're not going to chat about that. But Gonzo, is Obiang now first choice for you?
No, not yet. I think he's very, very good, because I'm not going to say first choice, because I think we're only playing 2 when Lanzini's back. So when Lanzini's back, I think we're playing him and Payet. So Lanzini would take one of those places, if you like, and out of those 2, it has to be Chiesa and it has to be Noble.
Charlie?
I'm basically in agreement with Gonzo. I think that when Lanzini comes back and we do move to 3, it's going to be a direct battle between him and Song, and whoever plays the best gets that position. But for now, no.
He starts for me. I don't think Chiesa can play in one of the 2. When you have 2 centre midfielders, I don't think Chiesa can play one of them. He disappears too much, I think. I think he needs 3 in there for Chiesa to play well. And if we're playing 2, I think Obiang starts with Mark Noble. I think Obiang's been fantastic. He's not put wrong since I've seen him. But anyway, Gonzo, you have a T-shirt competition. Tell us all about it.
I do. This is Can you see it?
Beautiful.
Thank you very much indeed. These are Victor Moses T-shirts, as you can see. You won't. This my lovely Payet T-shirt. Now these are exclusive. I took this picture myself. I can probably show you. You won't be winning this one off my back, which is a little bit worn, a little bit smelly now. So I'm very excited during the game. But I have 3 to give away, and the way you can win them is, number 1, you can win one on Claret and Hugh. You can win the second one by being a member of the forum, which is hammerschat.boards.net. But the easiest way to win one, if you're watching this right now, is there will be an icon, which is a little black and white version of one of these. That's our subscribe button. If you subscribe to it, there you go, right over there. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you are automatically entered into one of these T-shirts. And what we'll be doing is we will be running plenty of competitions throughout the year with lots more of that sort of exclusive stuff. But only 6 have been made, so they're very, very exclusive. So if you see another person wearing one, then it's probably me.
Well, there you go. Taken by him, designed by him, paid for by him, and he's giving them all away to you as well. Just hit the subscribe button. Quick question then. Going on by what we've seen today, Charlie, will Norwich City stay up? Yes, no, or you've thrown it away this afternoon?
No.
Gonzo, yes, no, they've thrown it away.
No, I think that's going to damage their confidence. I think they'll go down.
Yeah, I think so too. I thought they would stay up until this afternoon. On this show, we normally talk about the game. I'm going to throw a curveball because I think we need to touch on this very quickly. Gonzo, there's been a lot of talk this week about our skipper playing for England. Today he stepped up to the plate again. Should he be in the England team in you, or should he at least be in the friendly so Roy can have a proper look at him?
I don't know. I think there's been previous years when the managers have certain favourites and only traditionally be picked from the larger clubs. But the league's been turned on its head this season, so I don't think you can just choose players from Man U, who are awful themselves anyway. What I think personally is I don't think Noble is as good as Ross Barkley and Wilshere and Dele Alli, but I think he's a damn sight better than players like Jordan Henderson, certainly better than Carrick at the moment. So I think if people like Henderson and Carrick are getting into the squad, Delph as well, then surely Noble has to be included. Does he get into the first team ahead of someone like Ross Barkley? You'd say no, but I think he warrants a place in the squad for a friendly.
Charlie?
Should he be in it? Yes. And I think, as you said with Payet, Noble's the kind of player who is happy to play second fiddle to a better player and is solely there to facilitate their quote-unquote brilliance or whatever. So should he get in? Yeah, he should, and he could help people like Ross Barkley. Will he get in? No.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you two as well, for what it's worth hearing from a Scotsman. Charlie, Gonzo said it was a fair result today. The point was fair. Both teams deserved the point. Do you agree with that, or do you think we should have won it?
By and large, it was probably fair. We should have won it. We had the chances to win it. We had the players to win it. But given our performances at times, I think a point is probably fair, yeah.
I think we should have won it. I think we had far more chances than them. They only had 2 shots on target, I think, and one of them was offside. So I think we should have won it. But we'll take the point. We'll move on. We've got the FA Cup next week. We'll be back next week with the preview for it as well, because we all think it's the priority. Do you guys agree with us? You can let us know. But big question then. Charlie, your man of match, please.
I'm going to go with Robbie Brady. Randomly, I think he was very good. I think he kept the wingers who were next to him quiet, and I think that goal was absolutely fantastic.
Gonzo, your man of match, please.
Well, I'm not going to pick a Norwich player because I don't have a Norwich player on my T-shirt. So I'm going to go with Dimitri Payet in a shameless plug because he got a goal and got an assist, even when some people were saying he was not particularly on form, and he got an assist in the last game as well. So that's who I'm going for.
Well, if he does that when he's not on form, I can't wait till he is on form. I'm going to go with Mr. Aaron Creswell. I thought he was fantastic again today. He one of these days he's going to nail it, and everybody's going to rave about him. But today he did the nitty gritty without being special, without being fancy. You don't notice him, but the reason you don't notice him is because he does nothing wrong. I've been Gio, that's been Gonzo, and that's been Charlie. Do remember to join up to our forum at hammerchat.boars.net, and that'll enter you into the competition again. Also, if you want to read the match report, it's on clarendonhugh.info, so make sure you remember and subscribe. But we'll be back next week for the preview. Gonzo will be back with his Rose Z weekly news update, where you can hear all about the latest West Ham United news, including where Josh Cullen has disappeared to this week. Thank you for watching.